Alright, it looks like you're interested in Plunderphonics. Now, before we get into the term Plunderphonics or what it's all about, let's go ahead and go over a term that Plunderphonics is really built on. The name of that term is sampling. Alright, let's talk about sampling. The thing about sampling is this. Sampling has been around since the earliest days of hip-hop. Basically, what rappers would do is take the break of a famous song, which is the percussion breakdown, and loop it, and then go ahead and rap over that. Now, one song in particular was used quite often. The name of that song was Good Times by Chick. The first commercially successful hip-hop song was Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, which went ahead and used that Chick sample. Ever since Rapper's Delight, hip-hop has been a genre that's been defined by sampling. While sampling isn't the only thing hip-hop does, it is definitely the most well-known genre in regards to sampling. But with the use of that sample came a lawsuit. Neil Rogers, the guy who made the song Good Times, wasn't actually informed that his song was going to be used in Rapper's Delight. So he threatened with a lawsuit, and he was added as one of the original writers of the song. Now the thing is, that was taken care of pretty easily. You see, the more audio samples that are added to a composition, the more difficult it becomes to clear each and every one of those samples. For the most part, Plunderphonics is illegal unless you can get the original sample cleared by the original author and their record label. Now, in regards to the legality and the specifics behind sampling, I guess the best legal case to look at would be Bridgeport Music versus Dimension Films. In that particular case, NWA had sampled a 2-second loop from Funkadelic's Get Off Your Ass and Jam. They took that 2-second loop, they looped it 5 times, and they lowered its octave. In its final decision, the court wrote, "Get a license or do not sample. We do not see this stifling creativity in any significant way." Now that you have a better understanding of what I mean by sampling, you're going to have a much easier time understanding Plunderphonics. Plunderphonics is a term originally coined by John Oswald in his paper Plunderphonics, or Audio Piracy as Composition. He wrote this paper for Wired magazine to describe sound collage, and to make an argument for why audio piracy should be used as a legitimate form of composition. Now with that said, you can make your own opinions on the subject. Now, as I was saying before, old school hip-hop tended to sample the breakpoint of most popular songs. Now, the main difference between the way sampling works and Plunderphonics works is Plunderphonics utilizes a technique called microsampling. The term microsampling refers to taking single notes and single beats from a song and reconstituting it into a new composition. For example, say I was to make this beat. And now say another portion of my song went something like this. The way microsampling would work is we would analyze both of those and pick out the portions that we would like to use in a new beat.
I'm going to make that bass drop.
Now with all of that said, in order to get a better idea of Plunderphonics for yourself, I suggest looking at the discographies of the following artists: Girl Talk, Danger Mouse, John Oswald, and Pogo. If you like what you heard on Plunderphonics, feel free to check out my song. However, if you want to hear more about different compositional styles, feel free to click on any of the videos you see. Ooh!